It's the OCG Fam Show. People are always saying you need to follow the instructions, but what if you got two sets of instructions and they conflict? What do you do then? Let's get into it. Hey there! Bob from Wisconsin Gardener. Welcome to the OCG Fam Show to you, my YouTube buddies. What's going on? Let me know in the comments down there. We'll talk about it after the show. Right now, let's just get into the show. Last viewer questions episode, we had a question that I thought was pretty interesting. Someone was using some Roots Organic soil, and the pH recommendations on the bag of soil were different from the feeding chart for using Nectar for the Gods. And he said, hey, conflicting information here. You're setting me up for failure. What do I do here? And I thought the answer to the question was good, but also a couple things. What are you going for when you're doing something can guide your decision in how to follow the instructions or not follow the instructions. And also, a lot of times when you got some stuff like this going on, you may have two problems. How do you figure out that whole thing? So this is an answer to the question, but also possibly a way for us to have some impetus to get some new questions, new discussion about those two topics. So watch the clip and I'll talk to you after.
Okay, we're rolling. My 1960 panel. I'm using Nectar of the Gods in Roots Organics original potting soil. Now the bottle says pH down to 6.2 or 6.8, but Roots Organics original potting soil says pH down to 5.5 to 6.5, so not sure where to pH my nuts. For feed, he's probably meant newts. That's funny that I don't correct it. It's funny they corrected it.
If not, pH in your nuts is pretty important. It depends on how the.
Well, it can dry out, and you've got a problem. For feeding, any advice on this? I've been running 6.5 to 6.8 pH, and I'm seeing problems. This is a confusing message to me. I'm happy you put it in here. So let's break it down. So you're saying 6.2 to 6.8 for your nutrients, not for your soil, although the soil is made for your nutrients. But if you go to a different soil...
It doesn't matter. It's what mode of action are you trying to execute here? If you're trying to feed with the bottles, you want to go with the bottle feed recommendations because that's what you're feeding them. If you're just going to use their soil as a super soil, then you'd want to follow their 5.5. If you're at 5.5 with our stuff, you're just watering is all. So
we can edit this part out if you like, but so one would look at the advertising and think that Roots Organics and Nectar for the Gods are basically the same thing, but one would be incorrect in my estimation. I mean,
they're apples and oranges.
Yeah,
that's the difference. So the 5.5. It's called marketing. So if you go, this soil's best between 4 and 10, well, of course, because that's everything in the world. So, that's what we're going to do. 5.5 and you're trying to feed calcium, it's never going to happen. So throw out that recommendation. The only reason why you'd ever water Roots Organics at 5.5 is if you're running a 3-part salt-based nutrient. Then 5.5 to 6.0 is the way to go. Now, if you're at 6.5 to 6.8 with every feeding, then the chances are you're feeding above the range. What's the slurry in the soil? So if you're seeing problems, what I need to know is where the problems are coming from. What's the slurry saying? Is it a parts per million issue? Is it an actual pH issue? We need more info on this to actually see what the problem is and how to fix it.
Okay, what do you think of that? Informative, entertaining, helpful? How have you dealt with conflicting instructions in the past? And what else do you think about this topic? Let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about it in the next viewer questions. And I love you. I'll see you soon. The OCG Fam Show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCG Fam Show. See you tomorrow.